Alright guys, for my still media Web 2.0 tool, I decided to use Aviary photo editor. One reason I picked this is because in my social studies class, I usually stick to like presentations. It'll be like interactive, but a lot of times, if I just have words on a slide, kids quickly start to lose interest. So one of the things I have to do is I have to include images. But sometimes all the images I could find, especially like older historic pictures, aren't the best to use on a big projector because they might be hard to see for the students. That's why I wanted to try this out. I wanted to see if this could help me anyway create better images to put on to my PowerPoints. So yeah, let's get started. When you type it in, this is the home page right here. Seems pretty easy. It just says drag photo here, upload from the computer. So that's what I'm gonna do. I found a old black and white picture. It's a trench from World War One. So if we're on that subject, we could be talking about the trench warfare and how that was effective. And then it's really useful to use images to teach the students. So I could have them analyze an image up on the screen. They could talk about it with a partner and see why that image is important, what they learn about that image. So first thing, this image seems pretty small. Like if I was to put it on a PowerPoint slide, it wouldn't cover the entire thing. Um, but here are all the different things that you could do to it. So the first thing I would do is I would resize it, probably 650, apply, and then it might be a little hard to see the faces in black and white. So you could enhance it, like you could do all these different types to it. I made it a little lighter there. Apply. If I wanted to change the effect, I can. Maybe it might be a little easier to see in the Ventura effect, so I just hit apply. And then I might want them to see their facial expressions. So one thing that I really liked about this was the whiten. I could just take this tool and just make their faces a little brighter. It might distort the color, but if I stay on black and white, it'd be okay. But if I do this, it kind of highlights the face so they could look at the different trenches or the different people in the trenches and maybe how they thought about the life in the trench. I could apply it there. I'd probably warn them that I distorted it a little bit so they could see. Or if I just want them to focus on a certain person or a group of people, like how he looks or how this group looks, you could adjust it there. You do linear too, cancel. I could crop. And as long as you hit apply, it happens. One thing that I really liked was the sharpness, because it could make old images a little more clear. And as long as you hit apply, you're okay. So the flexibility, I think it's pretty flexible because it has all these different effects that you might need. Red eye if it was like a more modern picture, sharpness, focus, blemish. You could blur things out if you wanted to. If something's messed up on the picture, if you wanted maybe highlight on the face, that's not something I would want to do in that picture. But it's pretty flexible, user friendly. I would say it's user friendly. I don't have too much experience with photo editing, but they really lay it out pretty easy for you. And the thing that I like, it's very easy to go back. Like say I do something and oh, I didn't want to do that, just hit cancel and it's okay. The snapshots, they don't really have that many snapshots for me to, or the user to use, so there might not be examples. But it's kind of just playing around with it. I just played around with it for maybe like 10 minutes, and I could already tell it's something I'd probably use. Reliability, it's definitely reliable as long as you hit apply. You have to remember hit apply, otherwise you'll lose all the work that you just did. And hit cancel if you do something that you don't want. One thing that I really liked about this is it's free. You know, on a teacher budget, you don't have a lot of money. So any free, easy software to use is probably perfect. Safety. I don't see any ads on the site. I didn't type in any information. So they, besides me using my computer, they don't really know who I am, so no one could like hack it, get my information or anything like that. And then time, it really depends on what you want to do. Like as you saw, if I just want to highlight their faces, that took 2 minutes max. It depends how like in depth you want to go. And then at the end, you just hit save, and then I could download it, or I could even get the app for my phone and then connect it there. Um, but yeah, best use, I would just use it as the teacher for the different lectures. It could really bring more life to the lecture. I could show more images, make images more clear for the students. My experience is I had no issues with it. I enjoyed it. Um, Pretty easy to use. I'll definitely be using it in the future. Um, the only drawbacks that I faced, I mean, it's not a major drawback, but if the image was too small, like when I got off Google Images, when I did make it bigger, it was very blurry, and with the sharpness effect, it kind of only made it worse. But I mean, that's all I would expect from a very small image when you make it bigger. So overall, I recommend it to any teacher or any student that needs it for a presentation. So there you go.